Hello children, we saw in our last class that is motion lesson. Okay, so in that we saw introduction and that what is motion, and based on that, okay, we saw the concepts also. What are the concepts we saw? Okay, so that is distance and displacement. So distance is a scalar quantity and displacement is a vector quantity. Okay, so what is scalar quantity? Only the value, that is magnitude. What is vector quantity? That is vector quantity shows both magnitude and direction. Okay, so then what is a motion? First you should keep it in your mind, what is a motion? Okay, so what is a motion? Your body is said to be in a motion. Okay, a body is said to be in a state of motion, that is it is continuously moving. A body is continuously moving. That we can say it is a motion. Okay. Otherwise, a body is in a position. Okay. So there is no change in that position. Means that we can say it is a rest. Okay. Rest and motion are relative terms. Okay. And this much we saw in our last class. Okay. So now let us move on to our new topic, that is uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Okay. So what is our topic today? Uniform motion and non-uniform motion. See children, these concepts in our 8th standard class itself only, no? Okay, so just recall these concepts. Okay, now I'll say little bit fast. Okay, so if you understand these concepts, okay, so we saw the explanation of these concepts we saw in our 8th standard class itself. Okay, so what is uniform motion and what is non-uniform motion? First let us see uniform motion. So uniform motion means that is a body, a vehicle, that is a particle, it is moving from one place to another place, that is continuously moving. Okay, that we can say it is the motion. Okay, from that motion we are mentioned that is uniform motion. Uniform motion means when your body travels equal intervals of time. Okay, when a body travels equal distance and equal intervals of time. Okay, so a body is traveling, a vehicle is traveling, okay, from here to here. Okay, so here the body is traveling from here to here. It takes some points. Okay, so a body is traveling from here to here. Okay, we can take this is a 3 kilometers. See, first kilometer, and this is second first kilometer, and this is third first kilometer. Okay, so totally we have 3 kilometers here. Okay, so a body, that is a vehicle, is passing through this much. Okay, so here a vehicle is moving from here to here. First 1 kilometer, it takes 5 minutes or 15 minutes. Okay, we can take 15 minutes. Okay, a vehicle is moving from A to B. Okay, see, we can take A, B, C and D. Okay, I'll give you an example for this. Okay, see here, a vehicle is moving from A to B. It takes 15 minutes, and a vehicle is moving from B to C. That is, the distance is same, 1 kilometer, and the time also same, 15 minutes. Okay, and C to D also same, 15 minutes. Okay, so this we can say it is a uniform motion. When your body travels at equal distance at equal intervals of time, that we can say it is a uniform motion. Understood children? See, first you should understood the concept. Okay, after that you can write in your own words. Okay, see, what is uniform motion? When your body travels equal distance at equal intervals of time. Okay, that we can say it is a uniform motion. And on to non-uniform motion. What is meant by non-uniform motion? Okay, so a body is traveled at a same distance and different intervals of time taken. Okay, so a body, that is a vehicle. Here a body we can take it as a vehicle. A vehicle is traveling from A to B, it takes 50 minutes. Okay, and B to C, that is the distance is same. Okay, the distance is same, but the time taken is how much? It takes 45 minutes. Less than the first 1 hour. Less than the first 1 hour. Okay, and C to D, it moves C to D. That it takes 1 hour. That is 60 minutes. 60 minutes, that is 1 hour. 60 minutes we can say it is 1 hour. So it takes 160 minutes. So here the different intervals of time taken. Okay, so that is when a body travels at equal distance at different intervals of time taken, that we can say it is a non-uniform motion. Okay, let us see that. See unequal distances in equal intervals of time. So here different intervals of time I told. Okay, and or otherwise we can take same time we can take. Okay, see here, that is here we can take 50 minutes. So we took in uniform motion, that is 15 minutes equal intervals of time and different distances. Okay, here 15 minutes only we take. Okay, so 15 minutes for to reach. Okay, so here to here 15 minutes, here to here 15 minutes, and C to D also 15 minutes. But the distances differs. Okay, see here A to B, first 15 minutes the vehicle moves. The first 15 minutes the vehicle moves 1.5 kilometer. Okay, we can take that as 1.5 kilometer. And here B to C, another 15 minutes, only 0.5 kilometer. Okay, only 0.5 kilometer. So there is so much of disturbances. So the vehicle moves very slowly. Okay, so that we can say it is a different distances. Okay, so and another 15 minutes it moves 1 kilometer. Okay, so here there is a different distances at equal intervals of time. Okay, if same distance but different intervals of time, or different distance same intervals of time, that we can say it is a non-uniform motion. Okay, let us see the types of non-uniform motion. What are the types of non-uniform motion? Okay, can you say, can you remember what are the two different types of non-uniform motion? Okay, that we can say that is accelerated motion and non-accelerated motion. So what are the two types of non-uniform motion? Accelerated motion, accelerated motion, and non-accelerated or deaccelerated motion. Okay, see here accelerated motion. So when your body increases with time. Okay, so when motion of your body, that is increases with time. Okay, increases with time. See, we can take a graph like this. Okay, so this side we can take time taken, and this we can take velocity. Okay, or motion. Okay, that is accelerated motion. We can take it as velocity. So here the body is moving. Okay, the distance is moving from here to here, and here we can take the time intervals. So it is increases. Okay, so it is the time is increases and the body is increases. Okay, accelerated motion, accelerated non-uniform motion, accelerated non-uniform motion. That is the time taken is increased. Okay, so this we can take it is so time is increasing. Okay, for different distances. Okay, so that is what is non-uniform motion. The body will travel different distances, that is unequal distances. Okay, so from here to here and from here to here, like this, different distances and same intervals of time it is moving. Okay, so different intervals of unequal distances and same intervals of time. Okay, that is in that the time is increases. The time is increases. We can say accelerated motion. Time is increases means positive. We can mention this as positive. Okay, while increasing, we can take it as positive. That is increases. Okay, and then as the same here. This is time taken and this is velocity. Okay, the unequal distances. Here, deaccelerated motion. Deaccelerated motion means when motion of your body decreases with time. Okay, decreases with time. So it decreases the time intervals. Okay, that is same intervals but it decreases. So here this is the starting point by decreases with the time taken. Okay, while decreasing, that is deaccelerated motion. While increasing, it is an accelerated motion. Okay, while decreasing, it is a deaccelerated motion. So while increasing, it is an accelerated motion. Accelerated motion is always positive, and deaccelerated motion we can mention it as negative. Okay, while decreasing, there is a negative sign. Okay, so understood, children? Okay, so then move on to speed. Okay, you all know how to measure the speed. Okay, that is the speedometer is there, no? So with that we can measure the speed of the vehicle, the speed of the motion of the body. Okay, so then what is a speed? The measurement of distance. Okay, the measurement of distance traveled by a body per unit time. Okay, the measurement of your body. Okay, the measurement of your motion of your body per unit time. Okay, the distance traveled by your body per unit time. That we can say it is the speed of the vehicle. Okay, so how to measure the speed? So as the same here, we are talking about the motion, no? So motion of your body is traveled from one place to another place. Okay, the motion of your body, that is the distance traveled by your body by time taken. Okay, that is per unit time. Okay, so what is the speed? What is the speed? Okay, speed equals to distance traveled by your body by time taken. Okay, so speed equals to distance traveled. Distance traveled by time taken. Okay, so what is speed? Speed of your vehicles or speed of your body when your body travels from one place to another place. That is distance traveled. Okay, distance traveled from A to B or from any places. We can say from here to there. Okay, that is distance traveled by time taken. Okay, that we can say it is a speed of the body. Okay, so how to calculate this? How to mention the formula? Speed V equals to distance traveled. Yes. Okay, distance traveled by time taken T. Distance traveled by time taken T. Okay, so V equal to S by T. Okay, so how to calculate the speed of the vehicles or speed of your body? Okay, so that is distance traveled. Your body is moves from one place to another place. That is distance traveled by time taken. Okay. Now let us see what is the SI unit of speed. What is the SI unit of speed? What is the SI unit of speed? V. Okay, SI unit of speed equals to speed. SI unit. SI unit of speed equals to. Okay, so distance traveled. Distance is meter. Distance we can say mention it as by meter. By time taken. Time we can take it as seconds. Okay, meter per second. What is the SI unit of speed? Meter per or ms power minus 1. Okay, see what is the SI unit of speed? SI unit of speed is meter per second or meter s power minus 1. Okay, understood children? Okay, what is the SI unit of speed? Meter per second. Okay, and then if your body is executing uniform motion, if your body is executing in uniform motion, okay, that then there will be a constant distance and constant speed of uniform motion. Okay, so we can take that is a body is in uniform motion. A body is in uniform motion. Then we can say the distance traveled by time taken. We can calculate the speed of the body, that is speed of the body, or the body is in uniform motion. Then we can calculate the speed equals to distance traveled by time taken, that is s by t. Okay, or otherwise a body is in non-uniform motion means, okay, if a body is in non-uniform motion, how to calculate the speed of the body is in non-uniform motion? How to calculate? If your body is traveling with non-uniform motion, then the speed will not remain the same. The speed will not remain the same. Okay, so but we can have different values throughout the motion. Okay, we can have different values throughout the motion. That is, a body is traveled from A to B. We can have A to C is different, and C to D is different, and D to B is different. Okay, that we can say it is a non-uniform motion. Okay, see here, non-uniform motion we can take this as A to B. A body is traveled from here to here. Okay, so here we can say that is in between C and D. C and D here. Okay, so here A to C is different distance, unequal distance comparing to these three distances. Okay, so unequal distances, A to C is different, C to D is different, D to B is different. Okay, so here we have unequal distances. We have unequal distances. If there is unequal distances, how to calculate the speed of the body here? Okay, if there is a equal distance, we can calculate A to B, that is distance traveled by time taken. Okay, so here we have different distances. Okay, how to calculate the speed of the body? How to calculate the speed of the body? So here we can take the average speed. We can take the average speed of the body. Okay, so average speed. Okay, AVG. We can mention it as average. Okay, average speed equals to total distance traveled. So total distance traveled by total time taken. Okay, so total distance traveled by total time taken. So total distance traveled means we can add. Okay, we can add these three distances. We want to add. Okay, we have to add these three distances, and we have to add the total time taken. Okay, from here to here how much time takes, and from here to here how much time takes, and here to here how much time takes. Or we have in the question the total time taken, the body moves from A to B. We have to write that as the total time taken to find out the average speed of the body moving from A to B. Okay, understood children? Okay, so this is the factor that we want to find out the speed of the motion of your body. Okay, that is in uniform motion we can find out the speed equals to distance traveled by time taken, that is V equals to S by T. Okay, in the formula V equals to S by T. But here in non-uniform motion of your body, that you can find out average speed equals to total distance traveled by total time taken. Okay, So then for non-uniform motion, average speed will be calculated. Okay. So average speed will be described only one single distance. That is one single value of your speed throughout the distance. Okay. Motion of your body. Then we can know about the conversion factor. What does mean by conversion factor? If you have in a question, okay, if you have in a question kilometer per hour, okay, so we are mentioning like that only, no? If we are traveling from Bangalore to Delhi, Bangalore to Mumbai, we can't mention meter per second. We can't mention meter per second. Okay, if you are traveling from our place, that is, we can mention Kurbrali to Majestic or Kurbrali to Yeshwanthpur. Okay, so here we can take meters. Okay, in meters. So this is the shortest distance. Okay, so 8 kilometers or then 6 kilometers, 5 kilometers, like that. Okay, so here also we can mention in kilometers only, no? So from Kurbrali to Majestic we have 8 kilometers nearly. Okay, I can't say exactly, no? So we can say approximately it should be 8 kilometers. Okay, or otherwise we can mention in 8,000 meters, like that also. Okay, so or otherwise we can mention in the kilometers only. But we can't calculate in kilometers. Why? Because our SI unit is in meter per second. Our SI unit is in meter per seconds. Okay. So let us change that kilometer per hour into meter per second. We are mentioning in our questions kilometer per hour. Okay, that is how much distance traveled, how many kilometers traveled by how much time taken, that is in hours. We want to calculate this in meter per seconds, that is meter per seconds we want to calculate. Why? Because kilometers changes into meter and hours changes into second. Why? Because our SI unit is a meter per second. In that only we want to calculate. We have to calculate it meter per seconds only. Okay. So how to convert kilometer per hour to meter per seconds? Okay. Let us see that. Change from kilometer per hour to meter per second. Okay. That is 1 kilometer equals to how many meters? 1 kilometer equals to how many meters? 1000 meters. 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meters. 1 kilometer equals to 1000 meters. Okay. So 1 hour equals to how many seconds? 1 hour equals to how many seconds? First we can convert into minutes. Okay. So 1 hour equals to how many minutes? 60 minutes. And 160 minutes is converted into 60 seconds. So 60 minutes equals to 60 into 60 seconds. Okay. Are you understood, children? Okay. Let us see now that how to convert. See, 1 kilometer equals to 1000 meters. Okay. And by 1 hour equals to, okay, this 1 hour is converted into 60 minutes. This 60 minutes we can convert. 1 minute equals to 60 seconds. Okay. See, 1 minute equals to 60 seconds. Okay. But we have 60 minutes. So 60 minutes equals to 60 into 60 seconds. 60 into 60 seconds. Understood, children? Okay. See, 1 kilometer equals to 1000 meter. 1 hour equals to this 1 hour. How to write? How to write this 1 hour here? In seconds. See, first hour should be converted into minutes. 60 minutes. And the 60 minutes are again converted into 1 minute equals to 60 minutes. So 60 minutes equals to 60 into 60 seconds. So we can write here 60 into 60 seconds. How it comes? Okay. Understood, children? How it comes? Okay. So then here we have 1000 by 60 into 60. So 0 gets cancelled. Here also 0 gets cancelled. Okay. Again 3 2s are 3. 2 3s are 6. And here 2 5s are 10. So 5 divided by 3 3 6 are 18 meter per second. Okay, so we want to convert kilometer per hour into 5 by 18 meter per second. Okay, so let us see one example. Okay, so how to calculate this? So keep it in your mind. Kilometer per hour we can convert into 5 by 18 meter per second. This is for only 1 kilometer by 1 hour. Only 1 kilometer by 1 hour. If we have 40 kilometers or 60 kilometers means 60 into 5 by 18. Okay, so we should multiply that into this 5 by 18. See, the conversion factor is only for 1 kilometer by 1 hour. Okay, if we have 40 kilometers or 30 kilometers by 5 hours means we want to calculate it, we want to multiply that. That is, if we have here 40 kilometers, here 5 hours means 40 by 5 into 5 by 18. Okay, so this conversion factor is only about for 1 kilometer by 1 hour. Okay, this we want to multiply it to the given kilometer per hour. Okay, so let us see one example. See, what will be the speed of the body in meter per second? Okay, they only asking that question. Okay, so what will be the speed of the body? What will be the speed of the body in meter per second and kilometer per hour if it travels 40 kilometers in 5 hours? I told this no. For example, 40 kilometers by 5 hours. Okay, see here we have. Okay, see what is it given? What will be the speed of the body in meter per second? What will be the speed of the body in meter per second and kilometer per hour Okay, if it travels 40 kilometers in 5 hours. See, it is given 40 kilometers in 5 hours. It is given. So what is the speed? We want to find out the speed. Okay, so what is the formula for finding speed here? What is the formula? V equals to S by T. So what is S here? 40 kilometers. See, 40 kilometers by 5 hours. Okay, is it correct? No. Okay, here we want to find out in this formula by meter per seconds. So we want to convert this into meter per seconds. What we want to multiply here? See, 5 by 18 here. Okay, 5 by 18. Okay, so here 5 by 18. Okay, so 18 meter per second we converted here. Okay, we converted this into meter per second. Okay, so now this 5 and 5 gets cancelled. Here 2. Okay, see, 2 20s are. So we can take that version now. So 2 9s are 18. Okay, so 20 by 9 meter per second. Okay, this we can write in decimal points also, or otherwise we can leave it as it is also. Okay, so if there is in kilometers in hours, we want to change that into meter per second by multiplying 5 by 18. Why we are using 5 by 18? That I explained here. Okay, the conversion factor of kilometer per hour into meter per second. Understood, children? Okay, so now this we can write it in decimals. Okay, 9 2s are 18. 9 2s are 18. So 2. Then we have balance in this 2. Okay, so we don't have 2. In 2 there is no 9. So we are adding 0 to that. This is a mind calculation. Now you are in 9th standard now, children. So you should do mind calculations. Okay, so 20 by 9. So 2 9s are 18. Balance 2. So we have keeping dot here. We are putting dot here, and then again 2 20. So 9 2s are 18. Again it moves on. Okay, so meter per second. So what is the speed of the body traveling above 40 kilometers? 5 hours. The speed of the body, we can say it is a 2.22 meter per second. What is the speed of the body? It is travels in 40 kilometers in 5 hours. 2.22 meter per second. Okay. So now let us move on to the velocity. Now you also understood speed concept now. Now let us move on to velocity. Here speed is a scalar quantity. That is only we are saying it is a magnitude, that is value. Okay, speed is having only value. Okay, now let us move on to velocity. Okay, so velocity is having both. Velocity is a vector quantity. So we can vector quantity is having both magnitude and direction. Both magnitude and direction. Okay, so here in speed, we want to find out in uniform motion. Speed equals to distance traveled by time taken. But in non-uniform motion, we want to find out the speed. In that, average speed equals to total distance traveled by total time taken. Okay. Now let us move on to velocity. Now let us move on to velocity. Okay. So it is a vector quantity. It has both magnitude and direction. Okay. So velocity is equals to displacement by time taken. Displacement by time taken. Okay, velocity equals to displacement by time taken. Okay, velocity in value changes when either its magnitude or direction changes. The value of this velocity changes while the that is the magnitude or direction changes. The value also changes here both. Okay, so in speed we have only the magnitude. There is no direction, but in velocity we have both magnitude and direction. That both magnitude and direction changes. Here the value of the velocity also changes. Okay, so then for non-uniform motion, okay, in here given line, average velocity will be calculated in the same way as done in the speed. Okay, so average velocity is also equals to same, the total displacement by total time taken. Okay, so average velocity equals to, as we calculated in the speed, as the same here also, average velocity equals to total displacement by time taken. Total time taken. Okay, total time taken. Total displacement by total time taken. Okay, so here also the same as in the speed we can calculate here. But in here in non-uniform motion of your body, we want to calculate the velocity here, that is displacement by time taken. Okay, if in uniform motion of your body, here we want to calculate the velocity is total displacement. How to find out total displacement? That is total displacement, we can say it is a uniformly changing velocity. The average velocity can be calculated as that is total displacement, that is initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. Okay, so initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. Initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. Okay, here whereas u as initial velocity and v as final velocity. So average velocity, how to find out? Okay, that is initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. Okay, so we are taking the average for that. Okay, so average velocity is total displacement by time taken. Okay, if you want to find out, we have initial velocity and body, we can take that is by the changes of the magnitude or direction. Okay, from that we can say the value of the velocity, if it is positive or negative, or it may be zero also. Okay. Then we move on to the another concept, acceleration. Okay, we move on to the another concept, acceleration. Okay, you all know. Okay, acceleration is a non-uniform motion. Okay, and it can be defined as the rate of change of velocity with time taken. What does mean by acceleration? Acceleration is a non-uniform motion. Acceleration is a non-uniform motion, and it can be defined as the rate of change of velocity. Okay, so keep it in mind. What is acceleration? Acceleration is the non-uniform motion. Acceleration is the non-uniform motion, and it can be defined as the rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity with time taken. Rate of change of velocity with time taken. Okay. Then how to calculate the acceleration? How to calculate the acceleration? So acceleration equals to, that is, rate of change of velocity. Therefore, change in velocity by time taken. Change in velocity by time taken. Okay, you know what is velocity. We have a velocity, that is initial velocity and final velocity. Initial velocity is u. Okay, initial velocity we can say it is a u. That is initial velocity, and v is final velocity. V is final velocity. Okay, initial velocity by final velocity. That is velocity we have. That is initial velocity and final velocity. So here acceleration equals to change in velocity by time taken. Okay, that is change in velocity means we want to find out the distance between the velocities. Okay, that is initial and final. How to find out the difference? That is final velocity. Change in velocity means the first initial it starts from zero also. Okay, so for that we want to find out the final velocity minus initial velocity by time taken. Okay, that is fine. Here final velocity is v. Okay, v minus u by time taken. Okay, so acceleration a equals to v minus u by time taken. So acceleration a equals to final velocity minus initial velocity by time taken. Okay, so whereas v is final velocity and u is initial velocity and t time taken. Okay, so understood children, what is the formula to find out acceleration? What is acceleration? Acceleration is a non-uniform motion and it can be defined as the rate of change in velocity by velocity with time taken. Okay, with time. So how to calculate this? Acceleration equals to velocity, final velocity minus initial velocity by time taken. Okay, so here SI unit of acceleration. See, SI unit of acceleration. SI unit of acceleration. How to find out the SI unit of acceleration? See, what is the SI unit of velocity? What is the SI unit of velocity? We have meter by second. Meter by second. Meter per second. By, what is the SI unit of time taken? Again, second. Okay, we can write this as meter by second and second square. Okay, what is the SI unit of acceleration? Meter per second square. Or we can write this as meter second minus 2. Meter second on to the other concept. Based on this acceleration, we have another one as deceleration. Deceleration. Okay, that we can say deceleration or retardation also. Deceleration or retardation also. The next concept is deceleration. Deceleration or retardation. Retardation, or we can say deceleration. Like this also we can say deceleration. Okay, so these are the negative concept of the non-uniform motion. That is, it decreases in time taken. Okay, the time graph also decreases. It shows decreases. It shows decreases means it is a negative acceleration. Okay, it is a negative acceleration. Deceleration means we can say this retardation or deceleration. We can say it is a negative acceleration. It is a negative acceleration. Okay, so deceleration A dash. Acceleration we can take it as A, no? Here in deceleration we can take it as A dash. Okay, so here also we have A dash equals to, that is final velocity minus initial velocity by time taken. Okay, that is change in velocity by time taken. Change in velocity by time taken. Okay, so here A dash equals to V minus U by T, time taken. Okay, so here in acceleration, V is always greater than 0. V is always greater than 0. But in deceleration, that is deceleration, negative acceleration, we have V is always less than 0. If it is less than 0 means, so we have U is the highest value. So we have the negative acceleration. V is less than U. Okay, not 0. V is less than U. In acceleration, we have final velocity is always greater than U. In acceleration, okay, in acceleration. So in acceleration, we have V is always greater than U. In deceleration, we have V is always less than U. V is always less than U. Okay, this U keep it in your mind, please. You can say it is a positive or negative. In acceleration, okay, in acceleration, that is a positive value we have. In deceleration, we have a negative value. Why? Because always V is less than U. Okay, so deceleration we can say it is a negative acceleration. Okay, children, understood? Okay. Then we move on to the another concept, graphical representation of equations. Graphical representations of the equations. What are the equations we are using here? Velocity by time taken, speed by time taken, and acceleration, that is a different change in velocity by the time taken. Okay, these are the equations we are using here. Okay, let us see the graphical representation of the equation.